Android Scraper Club is a new experimental technique that aims to be completely undetectable. As expert scrapers would know, there are many ways, and it's kind of an arms race, many ways to detect automatic data collection. Firstly, it goes through the browser. So the JavaScript running on your browser can fingerprint a variety of characteristics of you running on a server. I won't go into them, but you all know about WebGL fingerprinting and all these things. If you perfectly show your browser in the same way that a laptop user would have their browser, then you need to next look at your IP address. So of course, if you get many requests from the same IP, it's very easy for them to block you and slow you down. Normally you want to scrape many pages. So then you look into proxy rotation services, where there are a lot of, and some of them work quite well, but not for the higher security sites, because every IP address itself can be found in indexes and are allocated such that you can look up from IP info or other services if this is a residential IP address or a data center IP address. So then there are some shady residential proxy providers who get their IPs either from apps that have a proxy service in the background that the user doesn't know about, or from actually compromised machines. So I always feel bad about using such services, and they're quite expensive. And actually, due to the speed of the proxy, or due to the lack of speed of the proxy, there is a way of detecting these as well, which is through a velocity test. Because you have to bounce the packages over these extra nodes, it is not like a user directly responding to a website that they load on their laptop or phone. Okay, so now, this is the Android Scraper Club approach. We just have regular phones running full Chrome, command and controlled by one server. Now, you can get your own set of SIM cards that are completely owned by you, that are equivalent to other mobile users in your country on those networks. And with that, you could already do a lot of scraping. But it's a little bit inefficient, because we are trying to scrape different targets. So if we're all building our own networks of IP addresses, why don't we share them? Because if you're scraping Amazon and I'm scraping Bing, we can help each other. We can share the scraping load and scrape more per day per IP address. So that's what the Scraper Club part is for. You scrape other people's targets, and through that get tokens such that they will then scrape yours. Finally, the really amazing thing about IP addresses from mobile providers, even if you are just running this by yourself, on root devices, we can go into airplane mode and back, and almost all providers will have immediately reallocated your IP address to another user, meaning that you get a new IP address. So with each of these phones, you don't have one IP address, but you actually have an unlimited amount gotten in series. So this looks like the best approach for very high security websites to do scraping. So let me just show you. You log in, obviously it's free, and it's on GitHub, so you can check everything. Yeah, this is a test account, so it doesn't matter. You can see my key, but I have how much I've scraped, my available tokens, and so on. So let's add some targets. I've just added some already. Today we're interested in scraping cats. So let's look at the phones, and then once I submit this, some of them will query the server again and notice that there's something to scrape. So now the two phones on the right are from another user, and the one phone on the left is from a guy who loves cows. So guy who loves cows is spending tokens, and these other two are gaining tokens. And as you can see, it works quite well. So I hope you like the project, and let us know what you think on GitHub.